when people happen to be in the war, the miserable life happened.
The whole jaw was knocked out. 14 Chinese underground sacrificed their life. Protect him.
Hey, we have to treasure the peace.
And we can teach it, our next generation. That is important too.
Hello everyone and welcome. This year marks the 80th anniversary of the victory in World War II. At this particular moment in history, the Chinese American in Georgia is preparing to hold an event called the 80th anniversary of World War II victory. And today we are so honored to have 4 distinguished guests join us. They are from the different cultural background and ethnic. They are Mr. Roger Zhao, the president of the Asian Arts Alliance. Thank you, Mr. Zhao.
You're welcome.
Also, the Mr. Wei Zhiqiao, his father Wu Qiao, was one of the Flying Tigers pilot who served alongside General Charlie Lee China during World War II. Welcome, Mr. Qiao.
Thank you. My honor.
Mr. Frank Zhou, the president of Chinese American Business Association of Atlanta. Welcome, Mr. Zhou.
Hello, everyone.
Last but not least, Ms. Chung-Hee Park, the vice president of the Korean American Association of Great Atlanta. Welcome, Ms. Park.
Thank you for inviting me.
So today, all the guests will join us and they will help us to explore more about the most pressing questions related to the war and the event. It has been 80 years since the World War II ended. Formal enemies may not be alliances this day. Why is it so important for people to do not forget about the war?
It's not only 80 years of the ceremony of the victory of the World War II, but everybody understands that peace is so important nowadays, right? And we are experienced a lot of trouble, a lot of war, a lot of battle all around the world. When people happen to be in the war, the miserable life happened, and we don't want it to happen anymore.
Learn the history, and then we're not going to be making any mistake like the same thing happen. And so we're going to be learn from our fathers, and then we can teach it, our next generation. That is important too.
History is not just dates or events.
Right.
It's about the people. If we remember the history, is to teach us the lesson, and also tell our next generation and many generations to come how important the peace is to everybody in the world.
Hey, we have to treasure the peace. That's the whole humanity's demand.
And as we know, during the World War II, U.S. played a really decisive role in against fascism during the World War II. And in particular, like China, U.S. helped China through the hump route. So your father, as a pilot of the Flying Tiger, could you share his experience to us, please?
After 31, yeah, that's 31, yeah. He was still in school. He was in junior high. And then before China declared war on Japan, he just graduated from high school. And then he entered Air Force Academy. Of his class, there are 4,000 people got qualified, and only 124 graduate. He was number 6 after graduation. Number 6. But after the war, he became number 1 because number 1 to number 5 died in the war. Yeah. He was wounded. He was wounded on his left jaw and right shoulder. The whole jaw was knocked out.
Oh no!
He was bleeding a lot. He bailed out from the airplane. Then the Japanese and the Chinese collaborators, were chasing him, and the underground Chinese protected him. So there was a fight. During that ordeal, for a total of 21 days, 14 Chinese underground sacrificed their life to protect him. Yeah. On the last day, he was almost, because of infection, he almost has no medicine. No doctor can help him. He almost passed away. Then he met an American OSS. OSS is the predecessor of CIA. The OSS officer have a penicillin. At that time, penicillin was
Very,
just
very rare.
just
Yeah.
developed, and gave him
Okay.
the penicillin
He's
shot
lucky.
Yeah.
and morphine shot.
Saved his-
That saved his life. He was protected and sent back to friendly line, but Chinese hospital couldn't treat him properly. So the American mesh, the military hospital, sent him to India
Oh.
and treated him for about 6 months to heal the wound and replaced the bone. About 2005 or 2006 or so, I took him to a dentist to replace his denture. So the dentist gave him an X-ray, and then the X-ray, the dentist was shocked.
Oh, of course.
So, something wrong with my something wrong with my X-ray machine. Half of the film was with white spot.
Oh my goodness.
And my father said, "Your X-ray machine is fine."
It's fine. It's right.
Bullet sharp nose in my face. World II war report. This is in 1944. War reports. There are two combat. My father was involved in them, and his name was mentioned here. As you can see, this is a Chinese-American composite wing. Some Chinese pilots, some American pilots, and this tells what was the mission, what was the time, what was the date, what was the weather, and what was the report. This is another war report. This particular date, my father shot down one Japanese airplane.
Oh.
So 1944 in July.
Where was your father's last battle?
Over Henyang.
Over Henyang, okay.
Henyang 保卫战。
Henyang 保卫战，
Yeah. It reminds me, my father-in-law also joined at late stage joined the World War II against the Japanese, and when he was 15 from his village in Shandong province, and there's 15 boys going out to join the army and come back just one.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's a lot of sacrifice. Obviously, during the World War II, U.S. dedicated a lot, and the U.S. Support with the materials,
financially,
weapons, financial, and also
soldiers,
the soldiers, the pilots, and we really appreciate. As China is a country we born, right? Now we're all American citizens, but we still remember that.
Commemorating the history of the World War II has the profound significance for the Korean community. It is important to express since the gratitude for the pivotal role of the United States plays in Korea, liberty, and the subsequent the national builder effort, and the United States presence and the support following the war were instrumentally in help Korean recover from the devastating and the establishment of the souvenir and the democratic state. Acknowledging of this the partnership remind us and that former enemies can become the trusted alliance and underscores the value of the international corporations and the securities, peace, and the development.
But the truth is, even after seeing so much sacrifice, so many lives just go to the heaven, we can still see the war in this world right now. It's happening. Some countries is suffering from the war right now. So why is it so important for the people from all culture background to mark the 80 years of World War II end?
The next century, the next decade, is 90, which means nobody survived who have experienced World War II. Yeah, probably. So this is very important.
Yeah.
I still remember the first time I attended the commemoration of World War II. I was 40th anniversary, 40 years ago. The whole hotel lobby was full of people, and they drink, they sing a song, they celebrate, they hug each other, they commemorate each other. But This is 40 years later, and we're commemorating their lives.
Especially for young generation, they don't remember what happened and that they don't have any clue. You know, what will be the war bring to the world, bring to those companies get involved, right?
Exactly.
Like in China during the World War II, China lost more than 35 million people,
35
you know, life. Yeah. It's including the soldiers, including regular civilians. Europe lost more than 10 million. You know, for Jewish, of course, they,
Right.
yeah, more than 6 million Jewish
6 million
people
Jewish.
got killed, right? So, with remind what will damage the world, what will damage lives, right? It is important at this time, you know, at this time to tell the whole world what will be the result if war happened again. I think that is so magnificent.
Yeah, I still remember that was like 10 years ago. I attended an international convention in Warsaw, Poland. A very close friend of mine, he's German. So after the convention, two of us, we just make a quick tour around Warsaw. The tour guide told me, all the building you saw, all the building, including the palace, was rebuilt in the 1950s because Hitler destroyed the
the city.
It happened to a lot of European cities.
Yes, well, especially in Warsaw.
Warsaw, right?
Also, in almost every street corner, they have the white flower and red flower bonded together. That's Poland's national flag.
National flag.
The flag color, and commemorate. Yeah, they have a note there. How many people was assassinated here? How many people was executed here? And there's a wall line around the city, and that is Jewish ghetto. They build a wall and concentrate all the Jewish, and they have a station, and the station is all closed, all sealed off. That's where they push all the Jewish to the train and heading to the death camp.
Okay.
Yeah, and then my German friend said he didn't say a word for the whole tour, and then and then after that we went to dinner together. He was shaking his head. He said, "How could we let one person make it happen like this? How could we?"
Yes.
That is so dangerous for dictatorship. You know, when dictator get crazy,
Right.
you know, so it will damage the whole world.
Yeah, that's right. To memorize, you know, this anniversary, we would not call 80th anniversary. It's really remind the whole world how horrible the war is and will be. And this is a civilization. And when we get to this stage, we really need to learn the lesson from the history. Yeah, you can show your voice, you can show your power, but don't use it. If you use your power to really get into the war, it's going to be a disaster to the whole world.
I think all the information that you guys provide, it already helps someone to learn more about why are we going to hold this event. So let's invite Mr. Roger Zhao to give us more detail about this event, all right?
At the beginning of last year, Dr. Sang come to talk with me. Hey, Roger, we should have some magnificent event for last year. I said, what? Because we have... Because we, as a founder of the organization called the Asian Arts Alliance, right? And we too are the founder for that. Our original idea is create the art environment, right? To present our achievements in the art area, to show the achievement of our minority societies in this area, in Atlanta area. And meanwhile, I always emphasize the unity. Unity is so important to get everybody stay together peacefully, minorities, groups, and with the mainstreams, right? And that's why we already successfully presented 2 times of the end of the year concert. It's an international concert. He said the next year will be the 80 years of the ending World War II. And there's a lot of things need to, it's very, very meaningful to remind the people, you know, nowadays the world not so good and we should do something, you know.
I remember that there's once that I interviewed Mr. Song. He mentioned like the purpose of our event is first, do not forget about the war.
Sure.
Second, we cherish the peace life that we are having right now. The last but not least is to show the appreciation to the country, to the people, to who help us to go through this like horrible time, right?
This is a, you know, we're talking about the war between countries, right? We feel like within United States, in Atlanta, with all different nationalities or minorities, and to understand, and all generations, you know, to understand what could be the disaster bring by the war, and to help people understand it's not easy to have our current life, and everybody should respect that. So it's come up a lot of ideas. First of all, it will be like the most important is a concert, right? World War II ending 80 years concert. And along with this idea, it comes up actually the list of the series of the activities, you know, including the poetry tribute and the picture show, Jewish and Chinese relationship review for the from the World War II, and a documentary film exhibition. Another is the World War II forum. We will release some topics, and everybody can write articles or prepare a PPT, and then get together to talk about the war, right? And also by the end of the period, it will be biggest event, which is ending World War II concert. The concert will be at September 21st, in the Woodruff, Atlanta Woodruff
Arts Center.
Art Center.
Symphony Hall.
Symphony Hall. Yeah. Or Chinese society, the groups, you know, leaders and are invited, and for sure Korean society invited, and also there's other societies like Vietnam, like Jewish societies, and maybe others too. And we're also notified with local government, the city of Atlanta and all those counties, and we want more governmental involved in to support us, right? And meanwhile, we are going to notify and try to get fundraising from the big companies in Atlanta area, and we want everybody understand the significance of this we can call event, right? And support us and make our life better here.
Okay, thank you so much for 4 of you join us today, and we are super looking forward for our significant event. Again, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.